think I should just share this little bit of information. 55 years ago, and it will be in April 56, that would have been April the 4th, 1968. My wife, today of 53 years, was with me, and we were at Boston University in graduate school watching a play on the assassination of Abraham Lincoln. And the intermission occurred, and we sat next to each other talking, and all of a sudden, I saw an arm reach in front of me and tap the person on the shoulder who was sitting in front of me. Happened to have been my homiletics professor, and I followed the arm to the face and discovered that it was the venerable dean of the Boston University School of Theology, Walter George Mueller, who signed Martin Luther King Jr.'s PhD degree and also would later sign mine. And every now and again, I would look on my shoulder to see the two men just a few feet away on the deck talking. And I said to Marva, something is wrong. I've never seen that expression on the dean's face before. And I excused myself and took just one step up onto the patio out of the theater and said to Dean Mueller, is there something wrong? And he said, looking at me, Martin Luther King Jr. was shot tonight. Hearing that, the very words literally stabbed me. And I dropped my head and looked to the floor, trying to collect myself. And to gather the courage to lift my head and look into his face and ask, is he all right? And the dean said to me, 30 minutes ago, he died. I can still feel the emotion that rose in me, and I knew instantly that I would never be the same. I turned and went back into the theater and got Marva by the hand, and we walked out of the George Sherman Union onto Commonwealth Avenue. We weren't sure where we were going. We were just walking silently through the night, one of Boston's busiest streets in the heart of the university. And we ended up mounting the stairs of Marsh Chapel at the heart of the university, walking through the narthex into the sanctuary and sitting on the back pew, looking at the stained glass window of Jesus in judgment above the four apostles on the chancel of the pulpit. And praying out loud with tears coming down my face, I asked the Lord to help me to do something significant for Martin Luther King Jr. before I closed my eyes. That prayer was answered twice when the president of the university drafted me out of my doctoral program, stopping the clock on it, to assume the leadership as executive director of the Martin Luther King Jr. African American Cultural Center, which I did for 3 years. They returned to my doctorate with all the expenses paid. But I had not finished my tribute, and I prayed a second time. And the 7th president of Morehouse College invited me to be the founding dean of the Martin Luther King Jr. International Chapter and professor of philosophy and religion, archivist and curator. Mrs. King, it has been the greatest opportunity of my life to serve in this position and to honor your family, especially your brother-in-law. So I want you to know that this honor means a lot coming from the King family, and I will treasure it all the days of my life. God bless you.
Bring them together, get the picture.
That's a retreat and a surprise. And that's going to come up soon. Because Professor Agua, please bring the surprise forward.
Where we at? All right. Look, you want to come down here to take the picture?
Sir, can we go over there and see?
Come on.
Can you turn it towards you?
Yeah.
Towards the stage,
Wait a minute. I thought you were going to come down. Come down.
Okay.
Get him to come down.